She played with broken toys. Recruit of risky business. Learn the difference between the girls and boys. Wanted to be royal, the daughter of a king. A Fafnir slain by Sigurd, invaded by the cursed golden ring. Some are looking for love, they desire connection. Some members want you to call it by their name. There is no doctor on this plane. Is his
I'm not hearing anything from your end there, brother.
I know why. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I have my fucking capture card for my PlayStation took over my mic.
Curious.
Yeah, one of these. It's for my PlayStation. I got two of them.
Okay. I'm going to have to keep kind of muting and unmuting my microphone because my headset is, I don't know where. My son got a hold of it at one point a couple weeks ago. You can hear Malia is being very chatty this morning. That would be the 4-month-old letting herself be known.
All right. Well, we're going to wait a few minutes, try to let a couple people get in here real quick, and then we'll get to it.
Of course. Oh, I'm going to take the opportunity to kind of clean my camera here.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we did a live together.
Yes, it has. And, you can kind of hear why on my end.
Oh yeah,
being a bit, but I'm dad, so that tends to be my primary focus. Hey, Neville, long time.
How's it going, Neville?
Good morning to you.
Yep. So we're gonna get into it here in a minute. We're gonna try to get a couple folks in here before we get started.
You want to say hello? Rah, rah. You say hi? Got nothing to say now? You're jabbering up a storm in your chair. Okay. You want back down? Okay.
Says we got 5 up in here.
Yeah, she's like, enough holding me there, Dad. Yeah. Rediscovered her keys. Bulldog, British Bulldog, greetings.
What's up, British Bulldog? All right. Yeah, it said we had 5 just a minute ago. This isn't my typical ordeal. Like normally I'm playing like a lot of different games, but definitely this is a missed um what's the word I'm looking for here? Definitely missed activity of the streams that I do miss is the deep dives.
It's always a great deal of fun. I definitely enjoy getting into these conversations.
That
Uh,
and a new place, so
oh yeah, you are in a new location, aren't you?
yep.
Are you on your own now, brother? She's happy for you too, as you can hear. Um, now, for what we're doing today, we are doing a deep dive, but into brand new material for both of us.
Yeah.
You folks may have seen that I have my pad here, but this is not for the show today. I've already got a couple of pages worth of notes, but I'm currently drafting up my initial review impressions of the book I just finished reading yesterday. I started about 4 or 5 days ago and just pelted through it. It's Martin Amos's Time's Arrow from 1992, 1991. Yeah, she's quite the happy kiddo. This is a fucking mind trip of a book. Normally, I tend toward genre fiction, fantasy, sci-fi, horror. This is much more of a straight literary fiction piece of work, but it is the mechanics of this book are such that I was interested in it after accidentally coming upon it when I was trying to look up the source of a quote from a BoJack Horseman episode of all things, and came across a writing from Stephen Hawking, the principle of times three arrows, or times arrow as it is generally known. And that led me ultimately to this when I was doing my Google researching and poking around. And so I thought, oh, there's a book that touches on this subject in fiction. I should probably check it out.
All right, so what we're going to cover is I don't know if everybody's familiar with the back rooms, but that's what we used to cover was the back rooms. The same person who made the back rooms series has now made a new series, and it's something to do with the thumbnail that I presented, which has to do with some crazy looking statue.
So is this, hi there, Colin. Is this unconnected from the back rooms then?
From what I gather, I only watched a little bit of it, and
And before anybody, I just want to do a quick insert, if I may.
Go ahead.
Before anybody worries about, well, Josh, how could you expose your children to weird or bizarre or horror adjacent material? I'm their dad. They already have to deal with the horrific every day. I think they'll be fine. Yes, there will be certain things that'll be like, okay, no, I don't want him or her watching this. He's waving hello. How you doing? So, yes, I am going to be the distracted dad co-host. It is unavoidable. If we ever want to have the joy of doing these programs, I'm just going to have to figure this stuff out. And that's on me. And I apologize for not being more available to do these things, brother.
You got dad duties, man. It's all good. What I was just iterating earlier was, so I watched a little bit of it. From what I could grasp, the, I guess, protagonist in this whole thing, in this, I guess, new series, he stumbles upon what seems to be like a backrooms like area. So how it goes is like he's going on like a hiking trip, and all of a sudden he finds this hole in the ground, but there's a staircase in the hole. Where does the staircase lead to? Which is the question. Which kind of made me think, was that another way to the back rooms? Is this another level of the back rooms?
And with the utilization of a staircase leading down into that kind of strange extra dimensional space, that puts me in mind of the Southern Reach trilogy of novels by I think it's Jeffrey Vandermeer. I read those like a year and a half ago, and did a little bit of breakdown and reviewing on those. Pretty excellent trilogy of novels that ultimately the first novel got loosely adapted into a film from 2014 or 2016. I can't remember which year, called Annihilation, which touched upon these concepts of alternate dimensional space or Q-dimensional spaces, much like the back rooms. So there's tie-ins to be found in similar materials, and I would encourage anybody who has the opportunity to check out those books, the Southern Reach trilogy, or the novel that was the film loosely based on the first novel, Annihilation. Definitely give those a look.
So the first video in this whole series is called The Oldest View Renewal. And what's up, okay, Dirt Outlaw? How's it going, buddy? It's good to see you here. Here, hold up.
Got to turn the camera off for a minute here, folks.
Is that like a wormhole? So from what I could grasp is the guy that's in the video stumbles upon a hole in the ground, but right at the hole starts a staircase downward. Who knows? I would like to believe maybe it's another level of the back rooms, like a new dimension or another dimension of some kind, like a doorway. Something that's not supposed to be there, but it's there and he found it. Also, this live is not sponsored by Celsius, but it is a good damn energy drink, though. Drinking the apple green, the green apple cherry. Good stuff.
This show, our shows, would not be sponsored by much of anybody outside of the fine folks who might work at the SCP Foundation. You know, they've got so much money to throw around for reality benders and Scranton reality anchors. You'd think you could throw a few bucks our way.
I appreciate you stopping by, T. Dameron. Thank you so much for that. And that's for sure. All right, so here's the first video. Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I've been waiting on this for so long. I've been telling Byron, I'm like, dude, we got to do this. We got to do this.
And I've been champing at the bit too to finally hop back on here for these programs.
For sure. But without further ado, here we go.
goes almost fly when the summer days are gone, when the roses fade and die, and no more remembers the song of the nightingale so sweet. Then my sad heart doth repeat, how shall we meet again? Parting, oh parting is grief and pain. Parting, oh parting is grief and pain.
Okay. Am I the only one getting the notion that some sort of essence was trapped in this mask?
I'm not sure if trapped already or if this mask is being produced as a foci or a foci. By foci or foci, I'm referring to the mythological, historically mythological utilization of a man-made object of some artistic rendering, utilized as a focus object for magical or spiritual energies to be embodied within. For a primary example, think of Jim Carrey's The Mask,
Right.
wherein the wooden mask itself was not the actual power. It was the foci through which the essence or the spirit of the mask was emplaced or entombed. You find this a lot in fairy mythology. You will also find it in Norse mythology. You also find it in certain tribal Native American mythologies and histories, that it was common practice when one was dealing with contentious or malicious spirits in and around one's home territory. One would commonly see shaman creating these foci and laying them out as traps for those wicked spirits to be entombed within. A protective measure. Rarely, however, in those stories did it ever work out too well for those shaman.
Yeah. I have a feeling some form of embodiment is creating something very, very terrifying. But only time will tell. Am I right? I also got to add the music, the very eerie music.
It's a good choice.
It is. Okay, so after that, we have the oldest view beneath the earth. Do we want to say anything before we watch this?
No, I mean, was that the whole first video? It seemed rather
Yeah.
short.
That was the first one. This one's 12 minutes long. And then there's
Oh,
another
okay.
one after this.
So much in keeping with the tradition of back rooms, Kane Pixels kind of does a short introduction,
Yeah.
a longer middle, and then kind of a shorter or mid-range third act, which I can appreciate. It's very much an old-fashioned narrative technique or structure, rather, to have a shorter first act, a larger mid-body section of the tale, and then a brief to mid-sized denouement.
So I just want to address Bellas here. How's it going? I seen you and Rusty's live the other night, or this morning rather. But good to see you here. And to touch back up on Neville, Neville says, just the 53 years I've been alive, I've seen so much change. It's crazy. Yeah.
You're 53, Neville? Here, I thought I was the oldest prick in this show.
No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not, Byron.
Wow. Neville is like a senior level Gen Xer. That's awesome, brother.
But without further ado, here we go. I almost need popcorn.
What's up, guys? Wyatt here. I hope you're all having a great day. I know I am, because today I've got something really cool to show you that I found. I'm currently on my way to, I shouldn't say the name of the park. I don't want to, just because the spot I'm taking you to is technically in pretty far into private property. Not going to get
So trespassing.
into that, not going to worry about it, but
Always a good time.
generally trespassing, not good. don't trespass. I'll probably
He says, yes, sir, born May 18th, 1970.
be fine, but don't trespass unless you found a really cool secret tunnel in the woods that you want to check out and show to your internet buddies. In that case, I think it's fair game. So from that, you might be able to deduce what I'm planning on showing you guys today. So stay tuned.
If I may briefly. I kind of already love that there is an unspoken bit of social commentary right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like many modern YouTubers, Instagram people, influencers.
What's up, guys? It's your boy.
Right. There's not only that,
Yeah.
it's your boy, fam. There's the underlying unspoken message of, you shouldn't do this, but I'm going to for reasons.
For science.
You wouldn't have found the tunnel if you weren't already trespassing, you numpty prick. Post hoc ergo propter hoc.
Hold on 1 second. I got something for this. Hold up.
Sure.
Because I said for science, right? So hold
Yes.
on.
It's science. I think of that sound bit that they use over at Louder with Crowder. It's science.
Well, I think of this when I think of science.
How it feels to chew 5 gum. Science! Stimulate your senses.
I know that guy, by the way.
That makes about as much sense as jumping naked into a pool and going, freedom!
Yep. I happened to work with that guy at one point.
Oh,
Good dude. It was a good time.
Jump naked on the thumb. What? Where's your correlation here?
Yeah, did you love the little top hat he was wearing? The little fedora?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
I don't know.
May as well put a beanie propeller on his head. Jesus.
Dude, well, not only that, though, because my buddy that I was working with, he was capturing that video, and you could see the vein bulge out of his neck when he yelled that out. It was so bad. Like, dude. I'm like, you're literally straining your soul out of your neck.
How you doing, Sam?
Scuba Sam,
Scuba
the
Sam.
favorite here. Top mod, top dog here.
Say hello.
Nope, hold on.
Hello.
He's got a baby.
Smiley baby.
Oh, so yeah, that's the tale of that guy. Mr. Dennis, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say his last name, but that's Dennis.
Ah, goofball, much like my son, Dennis.
That dude was my hero. I'm just gonna say that. He's what made that place, like working at that place, like worth it. You didn't know what you were gonna walk into every day, and it was beautiful. Neville said, "She's so precious, just smiling. She sure is." All right, let's get back into this.
All right, it's super windy right now, so I hope you guys can hear me. I've been walking for like an hour, 45 minutes, and I got turned around a little bit.
That was a very ominous looking tree. I wouldn't go anywhere near that tree.
That is a tree straight out of Dungeons and Dragons Curse of Strahd setting.
Yeah.
Or like out of the old depictions of Yggdrasil, the life tree. You know?
Yeah.
Rest in the shade of my branches only if thou wish to be devoured.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back there, but I think this
All I gotta say is you better roll a very high roll on some luck on that one.
is the spot. I gotta get a little further. Okay, yes, this is it. So here is the hole. I'll show that in a moment. Inconspicuous, tiny little hole in the ground. Honestly, just
So his video's distorting. Not sure if anybody's catching that, but the video is distorting.
like a little cave or something. I don't know. I mean, that's what I thought it was the first time that I saw this the other day. I mean, it's out literally in the middle of nowhere under this big oak. But if you actually take a look down inside, there are stairs down there.
What does that remind you of? I'll let you guys take a minute and guess. I know what it reminds me of. I'm sure Byron does.
Hold on 1 second. She's wanting her bottle here. Give me a minute.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, spaghetti-o.
Sorry about that.
So our little adventurer is taking a look-see in the hole. What's that remind you of?
That reminds me of going back either into the back rooms, or I'm seeing. I mentioned it earlier, Jeff Vandermeer's Southern Reach trilogy. This reminds me of the staircase that the expedition crew first comes upon when they are taking their initial foray into the anomaly.
Neville says, it's just me giving respect. I see I'm still a Mrs. according to Neville. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Stairway to Hell. Yeah.
That.
That's a whole lot of note.
So I didn't notice this before last time I was here because it was in a rush and it was a lot darker out, but it looks like these stairs used to go up further, if that makes sense. And what I find really weird is that all the lights.
You notice the video's distorting, right?
Yeah, there's like I was wondering if that was just on my end or if that's like some clipping shit. So we've already got a tie-in here to. There is definitely something spatially off about this.
Something
place.
bad. Something very
Right.
bad.
The mechanics of physics are not going to hold the way that you are accustomed to much longer. We know from previous experiences with Mr. Pixel's narratives that
Yep.
video distortion is usually a bad sign. We also know from countless found footage movies or paranormal investigation series and television shows and specials that when a piece of video equipment begins to display distortions, that you have entered into an area that is being heavily affected by electromagnetic fields and interference.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any familiarity with any of that material, your instinct should not be, ooh, I wonder how many subs I'll get off of this video. It should be, I need to get the fuck out of here before something peels off and wears my face.
Correct. Is this in the U.S.? I believe so.
All these lights are on, so that tells me that there's still something active here. But then the entrance is so low tech. Is that it's just fucking strange. It just looks like someone's going up but got cut off and buried.
Were those footprints?
I think they were, but I imagine that they would try to fob that off as he left those from his initial kind of hesitant inspection into the first few steps of this space.
Huh.
Got cut off and buried.
But I'll tell you what, I'd be eager to make sure that those tread marks matched my own at the moment. Because if they didn't, again, nope, I'm out.
Right, because like, look at that. Like, if that's whatever that is, I want to say it's like concrete, but those look more like imprints than footprints. Like I don't know. It's almost kind of like acid or something. Like melted it away, like the steps a little bit, like it eroded.
Either that
corroded.
or it's clay. It's hardened
Or it could be clay. Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much. Just I can't anticipate if anyone's going to be around here. I don't hear anyone, but the lights are on, and I have no clue.
Here's a big question: what's powering the lights?
Thank you.
That's what I want to know. That far deep down, too.
Right. That's an inquiry. What's powering the lights? Where's the wiring?
Right.
Tucked. Unless these are those standalone units that are battery operated, in which case, who's been refreshing the batteries?
Right.
Now, you are on marked private property. Maybe this is somebody's bomb shelter. But you would think if that were the case, you would see more indications of signage saying private property, stay the hell out. This place is here for the homeowner to avoid the coming dissolution of the country or World War III or Armageddon. Keep the fuck out. But
Trespassers will be shot.
right, survivors will be shot again. Wouldn't you
Yeah.
imagine there'd be some indication of that? And with the whole, these stairs seem like they must have reached up much further. Yeah, before God saw this abomination and smote that shit. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, pretty much.
What I'm stepping into. When I was here on Wednesday, this I think was about as far as I got.
How far down does it go? Yeah, it looks pretty damn far.
I haven't gone any further than this. I sort of chickened out and ran back up to go home and get some more.
Wait a minute. How did he get that far down?
Yeah, it doesn't seem as though he's been descending that long.
No. And he's already pretty damn far down.
Hmm.
Something's off about that.
Deeply.
Like when you go to look at the entry point of where you were before, and it just felt like a few steps, and then you look back and it's like fucking 40 steps back from you. Like,
Yeah, there's some cartoon logic being used here, and that should raise some hackles on this gentleman's neck. Do
yeah.
me a favor, keep this pause for a minute. I need to use the facilities, and I think my son may actually be indicating he needs to go down for a nap here in a minute. So I will be right back.
Okie dokie. I seen Neville's comment here. He said, "Oh, I thought he was looking straight down from the top of the hole. I see now. Yeah, it descends down. So we may be looking at a very creepy scenario here." I'm betting those lights are powered by solar panels somewhere, just a guess. Yeah, but the way this is constructed, we don't really know. That's still a mystery. But it's a good theory, though. To me, I feel like if you were to stumble across something like this, I think my first initial thought would be, why is this here in the middle of nowhere? And why is there no signage around, like Byron said?
He is not ready for his nap. He was messing with me. Sorry. Turns out he just wanted to drink.
Neville says, "This is really interesting." I would think so.
More space to record my phone since I was really low. I'm gonna give it a go.
Holy shit.
Okay, so
Absolutely not.
he seems to have abruptly shifted downward in space, far farther down the stairs than he had been perceived to have descended. And then after that descent, or that turnaround to look back at how far he's come, he suddenly finds he's near a landing. And when he goes around that landing, there's another steep staircase with no seeming bottom, level, or landing.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. There is an SCP that covers this exact kind of thing, where a mobile task force, an MTF, goes into this abandoned industrial building, and they find this metal staircase leading down into an unseeable darkness. And no matter how many steps or levels they descend, they keep finding themselves having to go down further and further and further. No, thank you. And after a certain amount of time, they start hearing voices and humming from the deep. So, quite frankly, no, thank you.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Wasn't that another SCP facility?
I think it was a facility. Can't remember exactly which one though. There's been so many of them.
Yep. So here's another thing about this is the inquirement of safety. What the fuck do you grab on if you fall down? That's my question.
I imagine you grab your head and other body parts that are damaged when you finally skid or thud to a stop. In terms of a safety railing,
Yeah.
right.
I'm not even sure what to say. This is so fucked. This again.
Nope. Nope.
It just keeps going. It just keeps going.
Nope.
Yeah, a whole lot of no on that one.
So on edge that could have run so much.
Scuba said, "See, this is where you fuck around. Later is where you find out."
Just follow the inversion line.
Neville said, "I have a question. When you go deep into water, don't mess with your ears. It wouldn't happen here."
No, it would not happen in this instance.
I think it has to do with pressure.
Yes, it's to do with water pressure. When you are in, when the human body is suspended in a body of water, the reason that it comes under physiological change when going deeper into bodies of water is that the further down you go in any body of water, the closer it gets towards the central earthbound source of gravity and gravitational pull, the greater the pressure on that body of water. Because there is, it's not quite the same transference of pressure with open, empty air. Now we know that we've discussed this before when it comes to the physics of the back rooms, that empty air is not empty. When it comes to actual particle physics, there's always something that is in any space that you occupy or that is occupied by primary material. The difference between gaseous pressure when a physical human body is within that gaseous space versus when it is in a liquid space allows for the differentiation in physiological changes. When a human body is suspended in a body of water as its primary physical space of entrapment, the application of the water pressure, that liquid pressure, is far greater on the human body than is gaseous space.
Yep. What he said.
I feel like one of these is gonna be a hallway or room or something. Because what else? What is the purpose of these things?
Okay, so here's another question. Why are certain parts of it lit up and certain parts aren't? I got gas just thinking about that.
It's possible we may be looking at another instance of, much like the back rooms, differentiation of spaces, partitioning.
Mm-hmm.
One thing.
Wait, what was that? Did you see that on the top right?
What,
Is that a bell?
that's a burned out. That's a burned out lamp.
light.
Yep.
One thing I really can't wrap my head around is that it has been raining for like the past 2 or 3 weeks. Yet I don't see any water down here. It's completely dry as a desert. So I guess that could be because this is the entrance is at the top of a hill, or the entrance I saw was at the top of a hill, and I mean, it's under a tree, but I don't think that would deflect that much water. So I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I will say it's starting to get pretty cold down here, though.
How about we fucking don't? Why would you go down there? There's no light, my dude. There's no light, my dude.
Stay in the light. Unlike what they tell you in the hospital. Head toward the light. Don't jump on the couch, Colin.
I think he keeps going. Wait, is it? See a little something shining. Just realizing I'm gonna have to walk back up all these stairs. Okay.
So, here's my question. If you didn't know where you were going, wouldn't you at least pack a bag with you? With fucking water? And some
Water,
necessary supplies?
light source, weapon.
Right.
The further I go, I'm starting to realize that this is a really stupid idea. But hey,
Gee, I wonder what was the first fucking idea.
I couldn't quite hear what he said there.
He said that I'm starting to think this is a very stupid idea.
Well, duh.
selection, right? I'm smelling like cut grass, like when you mow the lawn. It's smelling good after. That's the chlorophyll, right?
That's interesting.
The deformation of that stretch of stairs, you mean?
Yeah.
Careful, buddy. There's a couple of possible explanations for this. That if this fellow were thinking with any kind of, if there were any kind of sense of self-preservation, he would have immediately turned around and gotten the hell out. One, if these are hardened clay steps, and this is conditional on them being dried hardened clay and not concrete. But if it's dried hardened clay, the only thing that could cause the steps to bow or malform like that would be the abrupt passage of a heavy body down the center of those steps.
But yes, it applies. Yep.
There's also what appears, and maybe I'm just seeing it wrong, maybe it's artifacting on the screen, but on the wall to the right there, does that look like a break in the kind of flat surfacing of the wall? Or do those look like purposefully made etchings or marks?
They look like handprints to me.
Right, like someone slipped, tried to catch themselves on the wall, and barreled down the stairs.
Probably like dried blood, like they scraped their fingers on it as they were catching.
Either catching themselves falling down or trying to get back out.
Right.
What is that? I think. Is it a door? Can't really see. My eyes are all screwed up from the weight of the phone. Okay.
Well, that's not creepy at all. You mean to tell me you went all the way down them fucking stairs and that's the type of door you see? Nah. Nah.
No, at this point, I turn around to see if Pyramid Head is waiting behind me on the steps.
Right.
I can't tell. Does it go off to the right? Dude, I'm fucking shaking.
Oh god, that does look like Silent Hill a little bit. Look at the tiling. It's got like that orange rusty blood look.
Yup, of the fog world that Harry Mason first introduced us to in Silent Hill 1.
Yeah. Suburban Token, what up, my dude? Hold on one second. He said, drop the like, my brother is sitting here at work, literally having to watch the tide go out, so we could time it for tomorrow. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, we definitely got to get in some more insurgency for sure, my dude. But I appreciate you stopping by, dropping the like and showing some love. For sure, buddy. If y'all haven't, be sure to go check out my buddy Suburban Token. Really good dude. I played games with him on PlayStation. Looking forward to doing some content streaming with him. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna drop your link in the chat here. Oh, let me see here. Hold up. Oh.
Now, Neville also brings up an interesting point there, that perhaps the malformation in that one stretch of stairs was from the passage of the water that our narrator, our intrepid YouTuber content creator here, subject of the story, he mentioned that it had been raining for several days, and he was curious that there was no moisture on the steps.
Yeah,
water could have flowed in their stairs, but how would the water have been displaced to only go down that section of stairs, unless we're dealing with displacement and dislocation, similar to the partitioning phenomenon that occurred in the back rooms.
Yeah, definitely some backrooms energy going on here. But without further ado, here we go. Hold on one second. He said, "We a village out here. We for sure are, man. Definitely sure are." But definitely appreciate you there, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. By the way, I was going to drop the link, jackass. Hey, I beat you to it. But hey, you know what? It's all love. Yeah, there's no way I would open that. Nope.
Jesus.
Nope. Whole lot of fucking nope.
It's about time at this juncture for me to make the broadcast's token or signature tasteless joke. The last person who stepped into what looks like a shower room that was this unpleasant and probably deadly had a number tattooed on their arm. Anyway, bleak humor there for you folks. But again, there's that Silent Hill vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It's deteriorating. It's rotted.
Yep.
As a quick aside, too, brother, there's only a couple minutes left in this video. My wife is on her way home from work, so we'll probably be able to have a few minutes after we wrap this second entry in the series before I will have to bow out for today's stream.
Okay.
But then if you're able and willing, I am more than happy to try picking up again tomorrow.
Tomorrow I will be busy with family, so
All right.
yeah, I might be able to be free Saturday.
And that would be my wife coming home.
Oh.
Nice music.
Nope. Nope.
Hell no. You find a Barbican gate in that kind of weird trans-dimensional space, you get the
Nope.
fuck out. All right, everybody all together now. You know the traditional chant at this point in the horror movie. Victim, 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 victim.
I was like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Cortex.
You look over and you're fucking yelling at somebody. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, sorry, honey.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the missus. The Mrs. Obsidius.
Yeah, we're watching scary videos over here, and this victim's being a dumbass going into an area they're not supposed to.
Like any horror movie.
Oh, sure. Let's just crawl under the grate that looks like pointy spikes pointed downward that would impale you.
What did we say earlier about absolutely no self-preservation instinct?
Oh, my God.
But again, I go back to the very beginning of the video where this is exactly what a modern day YouTuber, influencer, dipshit would do. This is why there is such a wealth of material available to us as horror aficionados and those of us who want to tell horror stories. Do you know how many quick, cheap, and easy horror movies you could make because people are such idiots?
Yeah.
It's ripe for material.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah, I think Scuba just nailed it. She says, "Is that the fucking mall?" Neville said, "I would not go in there." No, neither would I. I mean, hold on. Let's just jump back and look at this shot right here. Look at this. Why are you climbing under this? Why? Why would you do that?
Like I said, because like, share, and subscribe. Dipshits.
I'm not supposed to be here. Are you serious?
As Hank Hill would say, "You, sir, are a jackass."
You, sir, are a complete and total jackass. What were you thinking going down there, Bobby? I'll tell you what, if I had a propane tank, I'd be hooking up a nice oily rag to it, opening the throttle on it, tossing that fucker in with a match. That's how you deal with that sumbitch situation. Then you get your ass back out there.
Amen.
I'm not supposed to be here.
You think? Looks like an old phone store, like a T-Mobile.
Yeah, or like an AT&T store or an Apple
Yeah.
store.
There's a shutter door.
Yup. Holy shit. Good call, Scuba.
Yep.
Looks like some kind of shopping center. Looks like a shopping mall.
So, hold on. You go out in the middle of nowhere, find a hole that descends down to fucking nowhere. Then you go through a grate with pointy, like, I guess, pikes
It's a
that are
barbecue.
poking downward. Yeah. Like, and then you somehow stumble in a fucking mall. Like, if you. If that's not an indicator on its own,
Yeah, because
I don't know what will be.
last I checked, demons and the fae folk don't need to go to Bed Bath & Beyond.
Right.
Not even sure if I can push this on YouTube. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Nope. I do really like the choice of music there, though.
So part 3 is like almost an hour long.
Oh yeah, that'll have to be its
Yeah.
own episode of the deep dives.
Yeah.
But being it's Halloween season, so I've been watching a lot of horror movies. Did anybody else pick up on the music track there for the mall?
I did.
Okay, you know what movie that's from?
I'm kind of like trying to figure that out, but I don't know.
If memory serves, that is the exact Muzak soundtrack that was playing in the background at the mall in George Romero's original Dawn of the Dead at the Crossroads Mall.
Oh shit. You're right. I didn't think about that. You're right. Wow.
Fun little bit here. That film,
Wow.
the mall was called the Crossroads Mall. What is the crossroads? Crossroads is the intersection between earth and hell.
Hell. Yep.
So we've got quite a bit of symbolism here baked in, and kudos to Kane Pixels for giving us some new material to dive into here and to layer it in with something that we've seen from him previously, with the kind of liminal space horror of this eternally stretching stairwell with some curious anomalies, as well as the artifacting and the video disruption and distortion that we're familiar with.
Yep.
And combining it with a phase or Q space that should not technically belong where it is currently located, and intersecting that with the Crossroads Mall. Impressive work and intriguing to dive further into.
I'm almost scared to watch the third video. It's almost an hour long, dude.
Hey, that's hopefully it's kudos. Now,
Oh man.
if this is going to be the beginning of an even longer series, or if that hour length is because it's going to be the remainder of the entirety of a story and it's one short production. Either
It
way,
came out 2 weeks ago.
we've got one hell of a start off. This has really been an intriguing introduction to what could be a fascinating short series, or even something that goes on further with additional supplementary material, as happened with Back Rooms. We will certainly find out in the days ahead.
I wonder if this is going to be like a side story that like connects itself with the back rooms. If perhaps this was a level that was not discovered yet.
Like a Gaiden,
Mm-hmm.
a side story.
Like this is kind of like a side swipe. Like, you know, they had the whole back rooms, you know, from that company. Like they entered through that way and people were falling into it. I wonder if this is like another entryway into the back rooms, but a different level.
Possible. Or, and here's something else to think of. Remember in the Backrooms video with the promotional material video that they were doing, showing the possible future applications of utilizing the Q-dimensional space for setting up residential areas, and setting up work areas, and setting up a shopping mall area.
That's right. That's right. I didn't think about that. You're right. Yep. Oh boy.
This is what happens when you let the squirrel run loose on its fucking wheel in my brain.
Oh boy. What horrors may lie. God. I mean, all reality, what would you actually do in that scenario? Like discovering all this. Would you keep going, or would you say, fuck this, I'm going back the way I came?
Well, let's preface that with the following a priori setup. If I am finding this space in my current state, as a father with 4 young children at home, full-time job, tremendous hobby as, video game player and writer, and indulging in music and art and literature, I'm booking the fuck out of there. I'm not coming back. All right.
I agree.
If I am like this narrator, most likely is a single individual with no family, no spouse to worry themselves over where I am and what I'm doing, then the fascination with potential discovery and the unanswered questions would be piling up probably too much in the back of my skull to want to give up altogether, but I would be booking back to procure materials and to procure at least the attention of 2 or 3 other people in my life to say, hey, you want to see this video I took? Here's what's going on. If I vanish off the face of the planet, I want to make sure you've got a backup of this video to look at and show the authorities when you tell them some monster from the 18th dimension took him, probably, so that my friend has the video to show so that he doesn't wind up in a padded room with a really nice white jacket with sleeves so long they tie in the back with buckles.
Yeah.
Never again. But anyhow.
Yeah. Neville says, what if you finally get back and the hole is covered now? Yeah, that's also a possibility too. That would be my luck.
Then that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, when you come across such phenomenon or such anomalies in your real day-to-day life, the best course of action that I would recommend would be to say, okay, I found this anomaly for a reason. I don't know what that reason was or is. And now that phenomenon or anomaly is no longer accessible to me, also for a reason that I do not comprehend. All I would say at that point is, okay, God wants me to live another day, so I'm going to go ahead and take that message to the bank.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a big nope on that part, especially just looking down the hole and seeing lights. Like as if it's not supposed to be there. Very obviously. Yeah, I don't think I'm going down there.
A whole lot of no.
Whole lot of no. But on that note, do you have any more to add?
I don't believe so at this juncture with regards to this current crop of material that we have viewed. I do want to say, brother, it has been so nice coming back and doing this again.
Absolutely.
Missed this.
Likewise.
And now that the kiddos are at a point and at an age where they can't, they're going to be obviously distracting me because I am dad first. But it's not so much at the point where I absolutely have to be on top of them 24/7, and I can come a little bit more back towards being available again to do presentations like that, for which I am also grateful. It's always good to dive into these weird things with you, brother.
Likewise.
Enjoyable. Plus, it gets my brain, moving.
Definitely gets the gears moving. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Because I hadn't thought about the connection there. And Scuba called it out really early on. She said, "Is this a mall?" She was right. And exactly what kind of mall? Well, we have the tie-in of the music.
Mm-hmm.
We have that whole scenario of horror to think about, and thinking of the mall and thinking of the crossroads. That got me thinking back to Async from the back rooms and their potential plans with putting in a shopping center in the middle of the two-dimensional space.
So on that note, though, do you think maybe this is the shopping center that had been created?
I don't know. It's possible. Certainly there is a strong possibility. If it is not exactly that, then we have come across what I would refer to as it's not just me who would refer to it. It's actually something that is referred to in literary circles as a storyteller's trying to think of the term. It's a storyteller's caltrop.
Okay.
It is a tool. It's when a storyteller of any stripe, be they a writer, a poet, whether they be a filmmaker, screenwriter, it's when they have a key element that shows up repeatedly throughout numerous of their works. It's kind of like a tell. It's something that notes it as a piece of their portfolio, some element that ties it into their other work, either narratively and directly as a shared universal element or a shared universal theme, some element that crops up in their work no matter what kind of work they're doing. You see this a lot with authors like Clive Barker, who
Clive Barker, indeed. Yep.
he has used numerous different world building stories and had a common element throughout all of them in the image of a swan. Almost every female protagonist that Clive Barker has ever written has some piece of jewelry in the shape of a swan, whether it be an earring, whether it be a necklace, a brooch, or a pendant, or even a ring. Each one of his primary female protagonists has a piece of jewelry with a swan somehow embedded in or on it. This is a narrative tell. It's a caltrop of his that he uses consistently to indicate that this is an important female character to the overall story. He was interviewed by Fangoria magazine back in 2012, and he was asked about this because the interviewer had noticed this symbol or this image showing up numerous times. And Barker kind of smiled and he said, well, my mother had this necklace that had a sapphire swan pendant on it. And that the memory of that pendant really lodged in his mind. And she left it to him in her will. So he still has this pendant. He doesn't wear it himself, but it's a deep personal connection to his mother. So he uses that symbol for female characters of import in his stories. It's a caltrop. So perhaps this mall setup is a caltrop of cane pixels.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
We have a code brown situation
Row.
in the toddler.
Okay.
The baby woke up, so I'm going to feed the baby.
Okay. And I will deal with the Code Brown situation. I will. All right, folks, that's all from me for now. Brother, good to see you again, ladies and gentlemen.
Good to see you as well.
This has been Joshua T. Calkins, truly better known as Byronofsidius, once again bringing you with Brother Cortex. Well, actually, he's bringing me along for the deep dive.
As always.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. We're out of here. Much love, guys. Be safe. We'll see y'all in the next one.
Dragon. She played with broken toys. Recruit a frisky business. Learn the difference between the girls and boys.